content on this platform may not align with the views of a certain party or organization. It's important to note that the views and opinions expressed on a platform are often those of the individual contributors and not necessarily reflective of the organization. In this case, Caribbean American news media may not be held responsible for the content posted by its contributors. It's important for individuals to critically evaluate the information they encounter and consider multiple sources before forming their own opinions. If you have specific concerns about the content on the platform, it may be helpful to address them directly with CAM. The content
Welcome to the Caribbean American News Media Show, your premier destination for in-depth coverage, engaging discussions, and entertaining segments showcasing the rich tapestry of Caribbean American culture. Join us as we explore a wide range of topics, from current events and community spotlights to arts, music, cuisine, and more. Our show features exclusive interviews with influencers, artists, community leaders, and everyday heroes who are making a difference in the Caribbean American community. Stay informed and inspired with our thought-provoking segments that highlight the diversity, resilience, and creativity within our community. Tune into the Caribbean American News Media Show for a captivating blend of news, entertainment, and storytelling that celebrates the Caribbean American experience. Get ready to discover new perspectives, celebrate successes, and connect with the heartbeat of the Caribbean American community. Don't miss a moment of the action. Stay tuned to Caribbean American News Media Show for an immersive viewing experience like no other. Hashtag Caribbean American News, hashtag show, hashtag cultural celebration. Welcome to the
Well, good night to all our viewers here on Caribbean American News Media Platform. Greetings, folks. Greetings, my brothers and my sisters. Good to have you. Please share the live as you join the network. Very important that you share. Greetings to those of you who are on our YouTube channel and those of you who are over there on our Facebook page, Eva, Petra, Elizabeth, Christina, Charles, we have Maria. We have a number of you over there, folks. We have Charles, we have my Dudubeth, Florencia Pe. Yes, my friends. Greetings to you, my people. I am looking forward to seeing my friend Sylvia over there on our YouTube channel. We also have Clive, our faithful viewer over there in Grenada. Greetings to you, greetings to all. And for those of you who I believe we are live on GVD TV, and so I want to just wish everybody a beautiful night. Henry, how are you? Yes, yes. Matthew George, greetings to you. Yes, greetings, 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 greetings to all. I'm going to give you the opportunity to shed a live, folks. Shed a live. Very, 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 very important that you shed a live and that you also, what we would say, what I would say here on the platform, tag a friend, tag a hack. Let them know that we are on live and we're going to have some decent fun tonight as we discuss matters that affects you, the citizens of the country. What I'm going to do is that I am going to go to a break right away so that we can get ourselves settled in nicely, and we will be right back. Yes.
Hey Flubbo family, join the Flubbo Train United and let's paint the country orange. Get ready to turn up the excitement as we rally together to expand the orange protest. Our movement has been growing, but now it's time to ignite an orange revolution across every community, especially in those vibrant Flubbo neighborhoods. This protest symbolizes our collective stand against the incompetence, corruption, maladministration, and victimization brought on by the current SLP administration. Here is how you can make a difference. Wear your orange with pride. Whether it's a t-shirt, a cap, or a scarf, make sure you have a splash of orange on yourself, your vehicle, or even your home. Let's make our presence known everywhere we go. Spread the orange love. Connect with your constituency branch executive to grab some fabulous orange cloth. Share it with family, friends, colleagues, and neighbors. Let's create a wave of orange in our communities. Show off your orange spirit. Snap a picture or record a fun video of yourself rocking your orange gear and post it on social media platforms like Facebook, TikTok, Instagram, or WhatsApp. Get creative and let your personality shine. We've got an exciting contest. The dedicated members of the Flubbo Train United will vote for the most vibrant and creative pics and videos. Lucky prizes, many complimentary prizes to be won. The deadline for entries is December the 17th and the winners will be announced on December the 19th. The prizes will be available to be collected on December the 20th and the 23rd at the UWP headquarters at Colony House in Castries. As we celebrate the holiday season, a time for sharing and giving, this prize-giving event will feature several attractive prizes that embody the spirit of holiday cheer. Let's rally together. Come on, Flubbo family. Let's make this orange movement unstoppable. Let's get the orange rolling.
All right, that was the Flubbo Train. Yes, we're back, folks. Maybe we're not yet on to GVD TV, but please just bear with us. But greetings again to all our viewers on the Caribbean American News media platform. We have been at it for a very long time, and it is coming to the end of the year, and I know that, a lot of people are winding down, getting ready to get into the festive season. I do not celebrate Christmas. I don't believe in it. So that is my opinion, but for those of you who do celebrate it and you go out there and enjoy the celebration, you go, but remember that in all your celebration there is what you call wisdom, yes, in your spending and your sharing, spending, and also sharing. Tonight we have a number of items for discussions. Our road network, the CACABEF lease. We have King defending his record, but we're going to have a lot. But I want to start off with our devotion. We have introduced our devotion for the past 4 shows, and we're going to continue with it. Now, many of you would have been caught up in those developments this week of individuals who have been very destructive to themselves, cursing and disrespecting individuals without provocation, without a cause. And many of you maybe would have viewed this this dramaful live feed where you had crying and moaning and confusion and all those, stuff that comes with ungodliness. And you would expect me, of course, to make a statement, a public statement about it. The only public statement that I make about unrighteousness in public is to rebuke unrighteousness. And I have no part in unrighteousness, in the dealings of unrighteousness. My friends are to be very cautious in how they deport themselves. When I associate myself with people, they got to deport themselves a certain way so that when my daughter look at them, my daughter can see someone that they can emulate, someone that they would want to be when they grow up. So my friends are those who have respect for God, and my friends are those who have respect for themselves and have respect for others. Those are my friends. And if I do have friends who are kind of crooked or shady, I don't just throw them away. I help them. I pray for them so that the good Lord can bring the change that is necessary in their hearts, because God wants to change all of us. He wants to make us better citizens, better people in the country. So we need to start throwing cold water on unrighteousness. We need to start exposing ungodliness and unrighteousness in our nation. We must never allow unrighteousness to prevail as though it is something normal in our country. We must never be intimidated to speak up against unrighteousness. We must never be ashamed or afraid of faces when it comes to standing for what is right, when it comes to leaving this world or your country much better than you found it. Therefore, you cannot be silent. You got to speak up. You got to speak up, my friends. But we got to do it with love and compassion so that we too do not fall in that same predicament like the individuals whom we are rebuking. Here is something I want to share with you from Ecclesiastes chapter 1, maybe verse 12 or somewhere around there. Or maybe we can look at 9. But let's go to 12 instead. We always start with a little Bible verse to get you, into the frame of mind. But listen to this, folks. And this is a wise man, the wisest man, during the time, King Solomon, he had a whole set of wives and concubines and riches and everything else. Yet he was the most wretched and miserable. Yet Jesus looked at him. God looks at him as, a good man. But yet, with all the wives, strayed after unrighteousness. Yes, strayed, my friends. But listen to his words. He says, "So I turned to consider wisdom and madness and folly. For what can the man do who comes after the king? Only what has already been done." King Solomon is saying, what else can any other man do that I have not done? That's what King Solomon is saying. When you hear people talk about their King Solomon and they have 100 wives and 100 concubines, by the way, which is illegal in some of the regions, you know, he said, I have done everything that you are going to do. I have already done it. And listen what he says in 13. Then I saw that there are more gain in wisdom than in folly, as there is more gain in light than darkness. The wise person has eyes in his head, but the fool walks in darkness. And yet I perceived that the same event happens to all of them. Then I said in my heart, what happens to the fool will happen to me also. Why then have I been so very wise? And I said in my heart, that this also is vanity. For of the wise as of the fool, there is no enduring remembrance, seeing that in the days to come, all would have been long forgotten. How the wise dies just like the fool. So I hated life because what is done under the sun was grievous to me. For all is vanity and is striving after wind. The wise man says, vanity of vanity, says the preacher. All is vanity. And after the man run all the women and the wives, he turned back and he said, vexation of spirit. Ça ka fait moi fâché, il ka fait moi âgé, il ka fait moi faire bagay, ek embarrass comme moi. Il ka fait moi garder corps magie. That's what sin does. That's why the wise man says, I tried everything. I did all that you guys want to do now. So I don't understand how people want to rewrite stuff. They want to do the same things that Solomon tried and failed. And they want to get a different result. Nothing new under the sun, friends. Evil can never prevail over light. Darkness can never win over light. And I encourage young people, don't imitate these individuals of no spiritual consequence. Or not, sometimes not even your society, they have any weight. No young person can watch them and say, this is a good person that I want to be like. And so parents, teach your children, your girl children, to respect their bodies, respect themselves. Teach them to value themselves. Vanity of vanity and vexation of spirit. So that's all I have to say on all this nonsense that is going around. Unrighteousness can never win. And I thank God that I stand on the platform of righteousness and truth. And when I err, when I fail, I pull myself back by the grace of God. So all I can say to you, buddy, is stop choosing only Solomon, one verse of Solomon, to say he had many wives and concubines. And read the part where he says, all that is vanity and vexation of spirit. Yon kagu make yon a lot take by go on. He said, vanity, I can't take it anymore. Vanity of vanity and vexation of spirit. Nothing new under the sun. You can't rewrite history. You can't rewrite or manufacture different results, a different result by trying the same stunt that Solomon did. So don't get angry with the world because you're trying something that is frustrating. Don't get angry with the world because you're doing your best to rewrite the consequences or to have a different outcome. So I say, in my introduction, friends, seek wisdom, knowledge and understanding, and you shall prosper. But darkness does not stand, and every work will be called into judgment. So, moving on. That's what I have to say. Learn, humble yourself, get back into the Word, not as a tool, but get into the Word so that your life can see light, so that what you touch can prosper. Get back to the Word. All right? So, money put the Excel. So, moving along. Let's get to work, my people. So, I hope all of you had a beautiful day. And, you know, just like the Bible says, Jesus says, I will laugh at your calamity. Listen to me. I have a right and a privilege to walk in the footstep of my Heavenly Father. So, Mama, just kite sako, huh? Moving along.
Mwen pas ap wèm maji beti sa. Mwen pas ap wèm maji beti sa.
All right. So I believe we are live on GVD TV. We want to greet our GVD audience. My friend in Denry, Mr. Sotter, greetings to you. Hope all is well. And I have a word from Mr. Anson Maxwell, my buddy. Let me tell you something. You need to get into the Word, because the things that you sanction cannot be sanctioned in righteousness. It got to be sanctioned outside of righteousness. Anything that is sanctioned outside of righteousness will crumble. You understand what I'm saying? So, Brother Anson, get back to the Word. Get back to what your mother, your family brought you up in, the Word. Get back to the Word and stop simigwinin. Get back to the Word so that there can be transformation, so that you can help to transform other lives, including yourself. Stop encouraging nonsense. So that's an open rebuke there to my buddy. And that's what we got to start doing. Rebuking people in love, rebuking them, showing them a different path. There is a way that seems right unto man, but at the end are the ways of his destruction. Anyway, moving along again, folks, but welcome. So, it has been an eventful ride for this year with this SLP government. Whole set of scandals, bad roads, confusion. Look, and so show up and give me 500 stars. Mama. So he received my love. Thank you so much, Anson, for being here and for blessing me with that star. Thank you so much. But get back to church, man. Man, you should be singing in church, Holy Day, Jehovah's Rest. Both of us should be singing in the Adventist church, because that's why you were brought up. We should have been singing every time. We should be singing, do not wait until some deed of greatness you may do. Do not wait to share your light apart. Bright in the corner where you are. Sanu ni pushate. Yeah. Anyway. Anuale. Lot Kote, Anuale. Share the life, folks. Tag a friend, all right? Okay, good. So let's move on. So King, now let's just talk a little about Mr. King for a minute. King was a leader, member, part of the bouillon of the United Workers' Party. And remember, King never won any election in the sense of you being the prime minister, the leader of the party, and you lead your party into a victory. So he was anointed by the father of the nation, the Honorable Sir John Melvin Compton. And so King, I would believe, being anointed by the father of the nation, would feel that, look, the party is mine. Once John Compton is gone, then this is my UWP, and I got to be the leader all the time. I got to be, yes, not any newcomer, not Mr. Shastney, anybody else. Anybody else there becomes the enemy. And so he, and I would suspect, started feeling a certain way because there's a new sheriff in town, of course, and I'm not the sheriff. I'm not even the deputy. Yeah? But there's a new sheriff in town. The new sheriff is called Mr. Alan Chastney. And, he started feeling how he felt and was working against the United Workers' Party. There's no doubt in our minds, this is the people's court. There is no doubt in our minds that he felt how he felt and no longer, feeling part of the movement of the United Workers' Party. So he turned his back on the party at a crucial point coming out of COVID when the party needed him. He was not with the party. The party was with him, but he was not with the party. He was thinking about himself. So, moving along, let me not stretch the story out and give you all kind of mumbo jumbo.
What? Deputy?
No, let's give you the straight story. So let's go over to Mr. King. And I'll tell you what Mr. King is doing here at the end. I know many of you would have seen it, heard it. I'm going to explain to you what is happening here, because a lot of people are in this kind of daze mood where they're seeing but not seeing, and they're hearing but they're not hearing. You understand what I'm saying? So let's go over to Mr. Stevenson King.
I don't know the content of the criticism.
Infrastructure Minister Stevenson King has recently faced mounting criticism concerning his management of the nation's public infrastructure, particularly the state of the country's roadways. King, who has held the position of Infrastructure Minister for a period of 8 years spanning 2 different administrations, has responded firmly to these critiques. He maintains that the criticisms do not accurately reflect the progress and initiatives undertaken during his tenure.
We have been doing an enormous amount of work. And not long ago, I met with some individuals who came for a meteorology meeting. And it's not the first time they came to St. Lucia, and they've said, and I don't think they're flattering me, they said, Minister, I must commend you on the work that is going on in the country.
Okay, so let me just stop this here. So, King is saying, I'm not hearing all these complaints from the St. Lucians. As a matter of fact, I'm ignoring them. That's just noise. These are just UWP noise. I am not listening to the UWP keeping all their noise. And I want to warn the UWP, if you all are keeping noise, stop keeping noise. All right? But let's go back to Mr. King. Mr. King said, I'm not hearing what they're saying because some people came from overseas and they said to me that I am doing a good job.
Deputy,
Take his microphone and usher him.
No, well, we can't usher him out as yet, Mr. DJ. We're going to listen a little more, and then we shall decide whether we need to usher him out for real. So Mr. King said, well, the people came. I mean, they came from overseas. They're not flattering me. Of course, I don't think they're flattering me, but they said to me, I'm doing a good job. And I believe them. I believe I'm doing a good job. I'm doing a great job. I'm doing an excellent job. I mean, I'm not hearing who's criticizing. I don't know who's criticizing. Who's criticizing? I'm doing a good job. Nobody's criticizing. So let's listen a little more.
improvements to the roads, and you just take it. 8 years in the former administration, 3 to 4 years in this administration. Those who are attacking me now praised me then, now they're attacking me.
In response to the opposition United Workers' Party's criticism.
So now he found out that it was those who once praised him. UWP, be careful who you praise. You hear me? Take your time. Some of you get too caught up in people. You got to look at people's work. Look at what they're saying, what they're doing. And let me tell you something. Don't think that the United Workers' Party is any saint too, because there's a whole lot of bootleg walking around the place in yellow. And until they don't get what they want, then you will figure it out. King was there in yellow. So be careful who you praise and how you praise. Yes, you should give people what is due to them. But be careful. Open your eyes. Don't think King is king alone. There are a whole set of other kings, I am sure. I could be a king. You could be a king. Everybody could be a king. So be careful, friends. Country first. But let us just move along to the king story. So King said, well, it's the United Workers' Party. Yes, they were praising me. They love me. You know, I mean, come on, they love me. You know, he sounds a bit like Trump there. Kind of Trumpish. They love me. Don't you see how they vote for me in Castries North? Look, I switch on them and they still voted for me. And King is saying that they don't know. They praise me, they will praise me again. They voted for me and they will vote for me again. United Workers' Party in Castries North. King is talking to you. You praised me once. And you will praise me again. You voted for me. I abandoned the party, but you fellas, listen to me. I paint that whole building, my office, overnight in blue, and you guys came in your blue t-shirt, patriot, and you voted for me. Yeah, champion. Castries North, yes. But something is about to change in Castries North. I feel there's a wind, a movement there. So, Mr. King, if I were you, I would start paying attention. It seems to me that you are so sure of yourself because you said, well, the people came and they told me I'm doing a good job. I don't know what scientists will come and say to you this election season that you're doing a good job in Castries North or in anywhere in St. Lucia, for a matter of fact. But I suspect you will listen to those specialists because you're listening to them now and they're saying to you, Mr. King, you're doing a beautiful job. The roads are like carpets. They're beautiful and our infrastructure is strong. Our airport is the best we have ever seen in the Caribbean. We have never seen an airport like this in our whole life. You are such a beautiful infrastructure minister. We love you. The Millennium Tunnel is connected. Everything is beautiful. The roads are finished. Yes, Grosley Highway done. Done. The roads in Viewfort are done. Oh, Mr. King, live forever. O King, all is well. You have nothing to be afraid of. The noise that you are hearing, O King, it is only from the United Workers' Party. But King, you finish what you're saying.
Criticisms, King highlighted the need for significant investment in public infrastructure development.
I heard the opposition complaining about the price of fuel, but they didn't complain about the imposition of a fuel levy at the time.
Now here is Mr. King doing something that he should not be doing. And that is throwing jabs at an administration that you were part of. all your life. You were there when the dollar something was added. You know why it was done. It was added for the roads, maintenance. O King. But somebody told you that you should be doing what you're doing there. In jabbing the United Workers' Party. Fute yo ploka babudeyo. You guys wasn't talking when you put the one, but you were sitting there in the cabinet eating all the cabinet food and drinks and the KFCs. I don't know if that's your favorite. I'm just asking for a friend. And you were enjoying all the free travels, entertainment. But now you're saying to us, it sounds like you were not in agreement to the dollar something on the gas. So you're saying it's them fellas. Now in a real country, you know, I would have called a commissioner inquiry to figure out why were you getting paid. I mean, now you're telling us that you did no work, you were not with them, you didn't support anything they do. Not you were not part of it. No, you were not in the cabinet, but you were getting paid as a cabinet minister. In a real country, you'll be jammed. Some system would have asked you to show me your motion because you were getting paid. But now you're saying to us that, no, not me. I wasn't there. It's not me. Continue, sir.
$1.50 on every gallon of gas. But they're complaining now about the price of fuel. This country must be developed. And the only way we can develop it is by investment of the people into the development of the country. One of the reasons...
So in other words, the country needs to be developed, and the only way we can develop it, friends, is in your pocket. The money is in your pocket. It is not at the CIP office. It's in... A matter of fact, the money in the CIP office is really for us. It's not for you all. Therefore, the country must be developed, and it must be developed in your pocket. So now, he endorses the tax on gas. It got to be developed, 2.5%. Taxes, security, and health, he endorses it. And any other tax that's on the horizon, he is going to endorse it because the country must be developed and you, the people, must be part of that development. But how are you part of the development? In your pocket.
That's why you see some countries advancing so rapidly and they're developing so positively is because the people invest in the country. So I don't worry about...
So in other words, King is telling you guys to just shut your mouth, and while you at it, jump into the potholes, in and out. I heard somebody said that the car, they can't maintain their family because their rims got messed up. But, I mean, King is saying, don't worry about that. The money is to develop the country is in your pocket, to develop the potholes. So it seems to me that his idea of development is more potholes so that you can spend from your pocket. I don't know, I'm just saying. I might be tripping here, but let's listen.
Persons who want to criticize my work or to attempt to denounce what I'm doing and to attempt to question whether I am performing as I should, I know I am doing a good job. And I'm not saying this, I'm not the one saying that. That's what people say to me.
Okay. So, King grades himself at the end of the year. King grades himself. He gives himself an A+. He grades himself. He said, as far as I'm concerned, I'm doing a good job. And this is not me saying it, you know. That's what people are saying out there. Now I'm trying to figure out who are the people, and I will show you, I will let you see some of the people who he might be talking about. But he's saying to you, St. Lucians, if you're crying about the roads, that you are just keeping noise. Nothing is wrong with the roads. Nothing is wrong with the infrastructure in the country. Yeah? As far as I'm concerned, I am doing a good job. Don't question me. Don't ask me no questions about what I'm doing. I am doing a good job, and that's it.
Pointed to the Infrastructure 2040 plan, which outlines the roadmap for infrastructure development in St. Lucia over the coming years as the guiding framework for his ministry's efforts to advance the islands.
But I can never accept good as the hallmark. I can never accept it. That's why I continue to put things in place. Otherwise, I'll sit back and say, okay, I'm doing good, and we wouldn't have a strategic plan in place as we speak. The Department of Infrastructure is the only department with a strategic plan as we speak. Only department. If I'm wrong, I'll come back tomorrow morning and...
Solutions. King just told you all that the only part of government that is doing good is his ministry. The only, I will come back and tell you, but it is the only ministry that has a strategic plan. All them fellas, you see them fellas do it ad hoc. They wake up tomorrow, bam, let's build something. And we build. King, of course, I'm the only one. I'm the only working minister, really. I have a strategic plan for 20 up to 2035. Yes, the only ministry. Go ahead, sir.
Apologize. But a clear strategic plan which looks at the structure of the department, how to restructure the department, the quality of personnel that we need to put into the department, the planning of the department to erase the deficit in infrastructure, and to put a plan in place that will take us by 2030 head and shoulders to the rest of the world.
Yes, head and shoulder, knees and toes. King is planning. You will not see it on the roads or at the hospital or at the airport. He is planning. He's putting a plan in place for the future. So when you were told that them fellas have no plans, understand what Mr. Brother is saying, Mr. King, is that we are putting a plan in place that will take us well into 2035. Right now, we're putting things in place. We are planning for later down, a few years down the road. But until then, the potholes, crumbling airport, crumbling infrastructure. But that's not a problem because we're planning for the future, of course. Of course. Smaller airports for the future. Smaller hospitals. Mold-infested buildings. Smaller roads. No sidewalks. We're planning for the future. But finish, Mr. King.
And that is what I'm focused on. Not on the noises that we hear out there from empty drums who have failed to make.
All right. The brother called you who are keeping noise on empty drums. Now, I take offense to that because you're being questioned. Because the citizens of the country are asking you to account to them because they are paying you. You are saying to them that they are empty drums. You're calling people names. As a government minister, you don't call the citizen's name. You don't do that, sir. especially if they're complaining about their roads, especially if they're complaining that their roads are unsafe, you can't call them empty barrels? That's disrespectful. So you just said there to them that they're empty barrels. Just keeping noise because they want to keep, because they're empty, they're keeping noise. And you are full, so therefore they don't hear you, they don't see your works, but you say to them that you are the best of the best right now in government. Your department is the only department that makes sense right now. Yeah?
Who have failed to make any contribution, positive contribution to the development of this country.
One for the DPS.
So he just ended by saying that those empty barrels have not done nothing towards the development of the country. To me, this sounds like craziness, because he was a part of the government. He was part of the United Workers' Party. He was part of the United Workers' Party. But now he's saying that the party has not done anything for the development of St. Lucia. Yeah. Let me make an assessment of you, sir, because I deal a lot with autistic children. So let me just make an assessment of you. I think you're rude, indiscreet, and out of place. Totally out of line. And you're misleading the people of St. Lucia, because many St. Lucians can tell you that the former government did a lot for them in their communities, from Soufrière to Dennery, from Grosley to Babonneau. And you, sir, are saying to them that party did nothing. But let's listen to one of the empty barrels. Let's listen to an empty barrel, Mr. King. This person you called an empty barrel. We're going to listen to them, all right?
Ouais, comment? Les gens qui complainent, si mais pas bon. Ça y est, yo ka croiser. Hein? Yo ne pour gagner plat. Ouais, comment? La ni on plus bas, la ni go to plus bas. Dai mucho li. All right? Ouais. I'll say go to ça là. La Buria. C'est avant gas station. Ouais, comment? I say go to ça là. All right? Regardez, ouais, vous m'avez dit, vous avez commencé à passer. En tout cas, il n'y a pas de. Vous comprenez? Si je ne pas bon, oui, regarde, moi de bout là. C'est go tout ça qui là. Là, il n'y a plus bas. Avant, je ne comprends pas, il y a beaucoup de. Oui, comment? Gâchez mes larges choses. Gâchez mes larges choses. Oui, comment? Gaburia. Vous comprenez? Gaburia, gâchez là. Oui, comment?
So, folks, that is one of the, according to Mr. King, empty barrel. You see the disrespect I'm talking about? But let us go to another clip from another empty barrel, according to Mr. King.
Mi lot la Stephen Singing. Mi lot la. Kag loka deng. Mi lot la. Kag loka deng. Mi kombas bi en bas là. Ouais, comment? Kag loka deng. Ye lai. Kag loka deng. Ça n'importe qui m'a ba deng. Koban. Les moun ka complain, c'est Zora fâché. Et là, les moun ka complain, Zora fâché. Ouais, comment? Ga glokode. Mishima. Ouais? Est-ce ouais? Ga glokode. Oui. Mili. Ga glokode. Chima pas bon la chose. Chima pas bon. Ouais, comment? La transport ni pour tout bout. Oui? Oui. La transport ni pour tout bout. Des transports pas passer là, Stephen King. Goban. Quand c'est go tout ça qui la chose. La chose vient fort. Eh là. La chose vient fort. On mène pas mêler. Ça voulait fâcher. Ah, ça voulait fâcher. Ouais, c'est go tout à gouma. Oui. Si un transport de bout là, l'autre là pas passer. Goban. Okay.
So, folks, that's another empty barrel. Let me take you to another empty barrel. According to the Minister of Infrastructure, the Minister of Infrastructure is disrespecting the citizens who are complaining about the roads condition. Instead of fixing the roads, he is insulting them. He's calling them names. Empty barrels. Here is another empty barrel, according to Mr. King. All right, so that is another empty barrel. So let's try to get some more. Let's not stop. Let's see if we can find some more empty barrels. Let's see if we can find some more. Yes, I think I have another empty barrel. Just bear with me, folks. I have another empty barrel here. Let's see if we can get that empty barrel up on our system according to the Minister of Infrastructure. Let me see if it is on our system. Let's just see if we get it. Just bear with me, folks. Mm-hmm. Let's go to another. This time is an SLP empty barrel.
And the government is ambitious enough, having declared last year as a year for health and citizen security. This year is a year for infrastructure, but infrastructure in a very dynamic way. Infrastructure in education, in health, in community development, building new resource centers, improving on our educational facilities.
All right, so just bear with me, folks. We're trying to do a whole set of stuff one time. We're going to get to all the empty barrels. You don't worry. Okay, let's go to this one. Let's go to this empty barrel here.
I'm in a deplorable state. I am an SLP and our roads are in a deplorable state. Where is Stevenson King? Is he trying to sabotage the government by these roads? If you see the state of by the roads, hanging trees all over, you driving and you can hardly see in a corner because so many branches are out in the street. Okay. Kenny, say what they want. When Kenny Anthony was there, the roads were clean. You're going down the coast and you swear you're driving in Miami because the roads were clean. By the sides of the roads were clean. Everywhere was clean. Now if you see the state of the road going up north, you don't see the amount of holes going up north? Just recently I burst my tire in a hole going up north. The road, the pro, they said this is the year of instruction and we want some work done. This is nonsense. If we are getting money from the CIP, we are supposed to be doing roads, we are supposed to be doing stuff. Do things. And again I will say, Stevenson King, do something with the road. You are Minister of Infrastructure, do something. And Mr. PM, open your eyes. Open your eyes.
Okay, caller.
Thank you.
All right.
All right, so I guess that was what King would have called an SLP empty. Sorry, folks. An SLP empty barrel. Let's take a break. We will be right back.
At Great Vision Designs, we value our customers and provide cutting-edge customer service. Great Vision Designs specializes in television broadcasting and live streaming of funerals, sports events, weddings, meetings, shows, and more. Call us today at 722-6542 or 726-9914 or follow us on Facebook and YouTube. Great Vision Designs, coverage you can count on.
Yes, my friends, we are right back. We are on channel 115. That is Flow, GVD TV in the region. And we're also live on Facebook and on our YouTube channel. Okay, that was, let's look at a situation that Mr. King might want to look at. I know there's an excuse for it, but let's go over to this clip. This is what you have in your country as road repairs, and your roads are very much safe according to King. Yeah, empty barrels. All right. All right, folks. Can you see there? This is a road being constructed and no safety barriers or no one to conduct traffic in a safe way, and the person lose their vehicle here, got damaged, and King is calling you, my friends. He's saying to you that you are a empty barrel, and I'm not listening to anyone because people outside of the country are saying to me that I am doing an excellent job. An excellent job. Folks, it is no laughing matter because the possibility is there that people can lose their life. Now, let me go to something here from Viewfort, something that I came across from a Viewfortian. You know, a Viewfortian is someone from Viewfort, of course. And this is concerning the CACABEF. Now, I'm doing all this production live as we on the air, okay? So bear with me. So I'm going to add now to our system the CACABEF story, okay? Let us pull the CACABEF into the system. Go ahead.
Javier Fort, milliard. C'est maintenant d'ailleurs Richard, moi mon coach, fait tout le monde connaît d'abord moi. Ah, Richard, amoun dans les side les bas. Je dis maman, d'où quoi? Qu'est-ce que là t'es avant dans les qui side où t'es? Oui. Ouais, comment Javier Fort? One thing, pas fâché Richard. Si moi me regarde dormir, il va courir moi. Il va pas demander qui le gars fait ça. Oui. Il m'a demandé pour d'où dans les qui side où t'es? Oui. Oui, il y a un jour à descendre vieux fort. À Wednesday, nous avons back shot, nous avons black, mais ça c'est black ou caboué. Vous connaissez très bien, oui. Oui, comment j'ai vieux fort. Il a bien oui, tout le bagaille. Pas fâché Richard. Oui, ça j'ai vieux fort. Amun na laisse side qui me prendre ça. Oui. Oui. Le mané yo ka fait là comment? J'avais fort. Regardez. Oui. Ils sont pas fâchés. Ça Richard pas fâché. Et puis moi pour ça fait tout le monde connaît d'abord Gogo. Tu vois, tout l'autre pays, tout partout à couiller moi. Tu vois Gogo me fait news. Maman. Regardez, rapporto yo ka gaspillé. Oui. Il Javier fort. Pas fâché. Et tout Richard. Je me pour demander avec qui side outé. Les là te gavana. C'est SLP ou UWP. Avec qui side outé. Comprendre? Amun na laisse side qui me pour dire ça. Javier fort. Miliago. C'est maintenant Richard moi mon coach fait tout le monde connaît d'abord moi. Ah. Richard, amun na laisse side les bas. Je dis maman do ko ha. Est-ce là te gavana avec qui side outé. Oui.
All right, folks. So that was a message over there to Mr. Frederick. And that's why you got to be careful when you're speaking, because both of you, King and Richard, was on the, members of the United Workers' Party. And now you're saying a lot of stuff, you're doing a lot of stuff that you should not be doing. But let's go over to View 4. Let's go back over to the road rehab fiasco, disaster that we're seeing, a lack of respect for the citizens of St. Lucia. So we're going to go to a report from DBS, and that's from Miriam Montut reporting from the DBS broadcast.
On Tuesday, a vehicle drove into one of the holes along the chaussee caused by the ongoing road rehabilitation works. The Chaussee Road Rehabilitation Project has been ongoing for about 3 months. The driver of the vehicle explains what happened.
I was coming from that way, heading to basically going by the square side. Coming here, right there, the traffic, there's a line of traffic. So they're stopping us, they're letting us set the people pass, stop again, let the next side pass. When I reach here, she do me a sign to come. Then another guy was coming, so I stopped, I reverse, give him space. 2 vehicles pass. After that, she do me come again. I lock out for me to drive around the little piece of dirt I seen in front of me, or was seen in front of me, and then I go forward. The minute I go forward, I feel the car drop. There are no cones leading up to that hole, or no cones in front. The same way it is now is the same way it was.
The roadworks have reached as far as the Jeremy Street junction. Nationwide Construction Limited says it is working as quickly as possible to complete the roadworks by next year. Nevertheless, the company admits to having encountered a few issues. One of the issues, apart from heavy traffic, is the replacement of pipes under the road.
One of the main problems with this project is you're trying to place a new pipe, 8-inch pipe, around existing pipes. There are about 4 different sets of old pipes in there, 14-inch, an 8-inch, a fire service pipe, and a 6-inch. There are pipes that are down there that we are surprised to find down there. Right? So as you go along, the most difficult thing is to place the manholes. For every manhole is simply different. You cannot precast it and bring it. This is simply because of the area in which you find the pipes. So it's so difficult to build the manholes. The base of the manholes are not consistent.
Alcid says that pressure testing by the Water and Sewage Company WASCO has resulted in some pipes rupturing. Minister for Infrastructure Stephenson King revealed on Monday that the government has spent $2.6 million to change the water lines along the Chaussee Road. Nationwide is hoping to have a smooth road surface by Christmas. As for the dust in the commercial area, the company says it waters the road twice a day.
That is why the aim now is to go as quick as possible and put a 1-inch regulating course on top of the existing here, so that there'll be less dust over the Christmas season, and see what happens. But it is a project, a very difficult project, and people have to be able to assist us in that stead and work with us so that we could get it going as quick as possible. If people try to avoid the chaussee as much as possible, we'll get along a little better and a little faster. Because if you don't really have anything to do, if you can make alternative routes, just please stay out.
To get work done as quickly as possible, the roadworks are being undertaken in 2 shifts. one from 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. and another from 7 p.m. to about 2 or 3 a.m. in the morning. For the DBS News World, Miriam Montoot reporting.
Oh, my St. Lucians, man. I sat there and I'm like, wow. So let me just ask the government of St. Lucia, is there not a city plan, a plan at your planning office or whatever offices, infrastructure, ministry? Is there not an underground plan for where utility wires are, water system, sewer, drainage? Do you not have a city plan on hand? Are you just allowing people to put pipes in the ground, just lay pipes, throw concrete on them, like I'm seeing here, and then the next 20 years somebody comes, dig up and say, whoa, we're surprised. Look, there are 2 pipes there that should not be there. We didn't know that. Where are the engineers? Where's the plan for Castries? Is there not an underground plan? Sketch? So we can say in the boulevard we have 5 pipelines under the ground. They are 2 feet down. We have some fiber optic lines running 5 feet down. We have a sewer line on the left. Do you guys not have a plan for the utilities that are underground in Castries? And this sounds like chaos. It sounds like we're just trying to make the people see we're doing something, we're making a little sense, and so we just do projects, we run into projects. Is there not a plan for road safety, alternative routes? And then I'm hearing, we're going to make the place smooth for the Christmas. We don't want nothing done for Christmas. We want it done for long term. Forget about the story of Christmas and let's get our roads safe. Mr. King, you called this young man an empty barrel. That's what you did. What is your plan? What are your plans? The guy said, well, you guys have to cooperate with us because, and I agree that the citizens need to cooperate. We asked what road works, and now they're doing something in the town, but the people need to cooperate, but the government also needs to cooperate with the people. Safety should be number one. They are not empty barrels, as far as I'm concerned. They're not. Now, I want to share with you where we were going. We're going to go to we did the CACABEF story, and we're finding out. let me just bring something to your attention. Because I thought we had stopped throwing garbage in View Fort. Let me bring something to your attention that we got over on our system here. And we encourage people to get videos, start getting involved, tape stuff, send it over to us at 929-586-1821 or 347-623-9183. Get recordings and send those things to us. Send them to us, folks. It is time for the people to get involved in the development of their country. You got to get involved. So I'm going to pull up something here. Just bear with me, folks. As I said, I am the only one operating here on this thing. So I am doing 150 things at the same time. For those of you who understand broadcasting, you'll understand what I'm talking about. I'm doing 150 things at the same time. All right, so here we go. We're going to be putting through the whole CACABEF story. No, not the CACABEF. This one has to do with garbage disposal in View Fort. Yes, we have it now. So we're going to be pulling it out over soon on the main board. Okay, so let's get it over.
Regardez qui ça zot janvier for Zordi. Oui, à côté qui était à fin couvert. Yo vide, cavie était plus Zordi là. Oui. Regardez. C'est ça zot vos vieux fort. Regardez qui ça zot janvier for Zordi. Oui, à côté qui était à fin couvert. Yo vide, cavie était plus Zordi là. Oui. Regardez. C'est ça zot vos vieux fort. Regardez qui ça zot janvier for Zordi. Oui, à côté qui était à fin couvert. Yo vide, cavie était plus Zordi là. Oui. Regardez. C'est ça zot vos vieux fort.
So, View Fort is back in business as a garbage dump, and this individual sends their proof that I believe this was condemned, this dumping site was condemned, and it is now being used again. And don't ask me why. Don't ask me why. You know, this is just something that the government, when they get into power, especially this Labour Party government, this is what they do, you know. But I want us to look at a statement by Mr. Guy Joseph, one of the deputy leaders in the United Workers' Party. For those of you who are viewing from other parts of the world, Mr. Guy Joseph, he is one of the leaders in the United Workers' Party. So we're going to go to some statements from the Honorable Guy Joseph. Okay?
Under this SLP administration, and if you think I'm lying, I will quote two passages of scripture tonight. Proverbs 19:9 says, chapter 19 and verse 9, a false witness shall be punished and a liar shall be caught. And according to Proverbs 6:17, lying is an abomination to the Lord. You know what's an abomination? Something that is disgusting. Something that is smelling. Something that has a bad odor. This government has lied to us so many times that even when they speak the truth, you cannot believe them because they are so accustomed of lying. The worst part of their lies is that they themselves believe some of it. Some they don't believe. I don't understand why St. Lucians believe the Labour Party when the Labour Party themselves don't believe what they are saying. And I will point out tonight how many of the lies we've heard in the last few days. The government has lost its humanity, and it is consumed by greed and power. There's no sense of humanity left in this government. They don't care about people. They don't care about our livelihoods. They don't care about our survival. They care about nothing other than how much they can put in their pockets and how much power they can exercise over the people. I want to send a message to baby. You are a new kid on the block. Why you want to come and do the dirty work of failed politicians for them? So Philip J. Pierre and Stevenson King send you to take the licks for them because they can't take the licks themselves. So you choose to tackle Alan Chasney on the issue of the CACABEF. Now, Richard, ngavin puta leusal.
But before I come to you, and before you say we don't have documents to back up what we are saying, I have a list in my hand here.
This list was made on the 9th of December 2013 between the St. Lucia Air and Seaports Authority and Rubis West Indies Limited. Are you hearing me? And that list is for the CACABEF. 2013, and I can tell you who was working at Rubis who signed on their behalf. I have the signature page here before you all say we giving false information. So, it was not Alan Chasney who leased the CACABEF for 20 years. This list says that the lease would end in 2033, and it was for 20 years. Now here's the best part of it. Who was Minister of Port Services in 2013? Philip J. Pierre, the Prime Minister of St. Lucia.
So, St. Lucians, we will listen to this statement. So, I'm a little not confused, but remember we played on Tuesday, last Tuesday, the Minister of Youth and Sports early in the morning saying that it was a lease and that his government is looking at it. The Attorney General, they're looking at it, and he will be happy to basically unsign that lease in the interests of the people of St. Lucia. He's a champion for the people of St. Lucia. And then later on he said, well, it's Alan Chasney who sold it. Yes, Alan Chasney sold it. And remember, I was a little confused. I was asking, wait a minute, mister, are you misleading the citizens of the country? Is that a habit of you guys? You say it leased. You said it was leased. You said it's sold. Then you say you don't know. The Attorney General is looking at it. Then we're hearing now from the United Workers' Party, one of the leaders of the United Workers' Party, saying to us, the people of St. Lucia, that basically he's saying, hold it, SLP, not so fast. You guys are the ones who signed the lease for the CACABEF, and the lease was for 20 years. You guys signed it. And you heard Mr. Joseph saying, well, I have the documents. Here is it. The signatures are there. And he asked the question, who was the minister responsible for port? And he confirmed that it was Mr. Pierre, the now Prime Minister. So if his youth minister is confused, Mr. Pierre, was the Prime Minister who took on the deal Monday morning at his cabinet meetings, he did not say to his ministers, do not go on the internet or at any interview and do magie with yourself, because it was myself as Minister of Ports and Infrastructure who went into such a deal. We are aware of the deal. I'm not sure if that was done. And if it was done, then this is a plot to malmeny the cervelle of the citizens of this country. And that is what we don't want. So earlier we heard the Minister of Infrastructure, Mr. King, calling St. Lucians barrels. Now, if I was Mr. King, I'm not going to call nobody barrel. I look like a barrel because I have fat. Bude moi go. So I create one barrel. But he called the people of St. Lucia barrel. And here now we have a youth minister just entering into politics, practicing the art of deceiving the nation. Then you have, by the way, the Zelevs and the Makokota, Mafifi, or whatever you call them, not knowing what they're talking about, accusing me of misleading and lying to the people of St. Lucia. Now, St. Lucians, you judge for yourself. There is a document showing that the St. Lucia Labour Party government, under Mr. Kenny Anthony, went into a lease arrangement for 20 years for the CACABEF. So what I would expect from Mr. Anthony, Dr. Anthony, and the Prime Minister is to say to us, okay, St. Lucians, I know you're confused, but we went into this arrangement, and the former government, Mr. Shastney, came in and they tried to redo it, reorganize it, make it a little more, a little more easy on the St. Lucian people. But, we shouldn't be blaming Alan Shastney for this. But you went out and you had the brothers on NBC misleading the country. Now, if I am misleading the country, I welcome any SLP minister of government to call the show tonight, 929-586-1821. Anyone who can debunk Mr. Guy Joseph, because what we want is the truth. I don't want to be sitting here peddling lies to you. I don't want to go to hell. I'm not going to hell, by the way. I speak of righteousness and truth. And the least you can do for us as a nation is to just give us the information. You might look bad, but tell us the truth. We'll get over it. We will tell you off, but we'll get over it. If it's a lease, ain't much you can do but talk and keep noise, agitate. But don't come and malmeny ourselves by telling us the Attorney General looking at it and to see and the UWP on the shots they sell out View Fort. Are you kidding me? Are you kidding me? But let's go back to Mr. Joseph for a minute, and then we'll take your calls at 929-586-1821. I would be happy, friends, to welcome a Minister of Government from the St. Lucia SLP to call at 929-586-1821, WhatsApp, or anyone who can clarify or debunk Mr. Joseph's lie if you say it's a lie. That's how I want us to do it. If he says something that you think is a lie, let's deal with it now. No more playing around. We have no time to play around. We have a crumbling airport that has been reduced in size. Bad roads. A hospital that need a commission of inquiry, and I'm asking the UWP government in waiting to initiate a commission of inquiry so that we can know why are we spending all this money on View Fort. I don't care if it's finished or not finished. The people of St. Lucia deserve to know why we are spending millions of dollars on the hospital, and people got to be held accountable. businesses, engineers, project managers, project implementation officers, whoever they are, somebody got to be held accountable in this country once and for all for the bad deals, the corruption, and the billions of dollars that will sit there for our grandchildren to pay. Somebody else got to pay. And I believe that there needs to be a commission of inquiry in that hospital. And I am volunteering myself to be on the panel. Yes. Yes, man.
A problem we have when a prime minister would lie to the people as if they know nothing about that lease agreement. Alan Chasney has a broad back, and he can take the blows from labor. But I want to tell the people of St. Lucia, when you will join the Labour Party in putting blame on an innocent man, the curse of the Labour Party will pass on you and your family also. Si Labour had malédiction yo, kite yo chebe malédiction yo pou koyo. Pa ede yo. You know, the list is there for everyone to see. When Alan Chasney came into government in 2016, he sent Rubies back to the table to renegotiate and say, we don't want you to go ahead with this project. We want one lease arrangement. We even asked Slasper on the Stevenson King to build the facility and lease it to both Rubies and Sol. As soon as we lost the elections, Rubies walked out from the negotiations, from the information that I have received, and I am subject to correction on that. So either Rubies or Sol, one of them walked out of the negotiations, or the negotiations fell through, and all of a sudden, the CACABEF is not available, and you want to blame Alan Chasney for the CACABEF? Now, I put that on a side. And Richard Frederick, I don't wave false papers. I have real documents. I have the list in my hand here. And as I'm just supporting the point raised by Bradley, that this was not a deal signed by Alan Chasney. Alan Chasney was trying to fix the problem that was created by the St. Lucia Labour Party. And I can tell you who was the general manager of Slasper, Sean Matthews, the same man who is involved in the GPH deal with the ports and the government.
Okay, brethren, so I'm going to upload this video so that you folks can review it. But I'm going to open the lines right now, folks. We got to open the lines. I need to hear from you. And you heard what Mr. Guy Joseph said earlier, moments ago. And I believe this was recorded at a United Workers' Party function on Sunday evening. So I would love for someone from the government or an SLP supporter to give us a call and let us know. Please explain to us, what is happening here. Were you deliberately misleading the people, or is Mr. Guy Joseph misleading the people of St. Lucia? Which one of you are misleading the people? We want to know. The people want to know. And so far, Mr. Joseph has produced a leased, what appears to be a leased agreement that is dated during the SLP's leadership of the country. So we want to know. Who don't want to know? And if our leaders are misleading us like that, then they're eroding the trust of the people. And it becomes more difficult for any other government to lead a country when this is the standard that is being set in our country. And that's why we must never allow corruption and these kind of crookedness in our political system, in our government system. We cannot permit it anymore. Should not be tolerated. So we would love to know, I would love to know, friends, what in the world is going on. Now we have a question here from Mr. Peter Chico, and he's asking, what is the Attorney General reviewing? Because the Youth Minister, Mr. Casimir, said that his government right now, the Attorney General, is reviewing the lease arrangement. So I would love for Mr. Casimir to present to us a copy of the lease agreement that his government is reviewing at this time. Who are the signatories on that agreement? Who sat in cabinet during this time? We would like to know, what is he reviewing? Mr. Casimir, did you find out something you were not told, and so you're finding out now that, oh yeah, no, nothing to say, it was our government, we take care of that. Yeah, we just review it and change it. But for now, we'll just say Chasney. That's what fixed things in this country now, just say Chasney. All the ills in the country, Chasney. The bad roads, Chasney. A broken airport, Chasney. No bananas, Chasney. High food prices, Chasney. High gas prices, it's Chasney. Is that what we're going to accept from our government? Excuses and blame? You should be asking them, how are you going to fix it? Okay, fair enough, Chasney. You guys are saying it's Chasney. Okay, fair enough. The people should be asking them, how are you going to fix it? Now that you have identified the problem, how are you going to fix it? And now that you have told us the color of Chasney, how are you going to fix the problem, which is not his color, by the way? How are you going to fix our hospitals, the condition of our hospitals? Life and death. Still saying Chasney. Bernard Haynes is still stuck on the vaccine money. Vaccine money, as far as I'm concerned, is not lost. Are you still looking under the table, under the bed, at the Prime Minister's residence for the money in a lockbox? That's what you guys made St. Lucians to believe when you got into power. Well, the bad roads because we're still looking for the lockbox. We can't find it. But remember, you guys said, well, we don't eat roads. You know why you said we don't eat roads? Because the United Workers' Party were fixing roads all over the country, repairing the roads. All over the country, to the point where you guys said, you all fixing all these roads, give the people the money, we don't eat roads. You complained that there were too much infrastructure happening at the same time. Just give the people the money. As though the people will buy cement and fix the roads. And then you come in, you get into power and you're asking for the lockbox. Now, you remember, you forgot that you were asking, you were saying, don't fix no more roads too much. But then you turn your tongue and you're asking for the money. And up to this day, you can't find it. Not even the Minister of Finance can find it, you know. He can't make a call and ask one of his prominent people. We have a call. Let's take this call. Caller, you on the air. Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Greeting to you, my brother.
Yes, sir. Same to you. What's on your mind? Long time.
Long time, man. It's been a while, yes.
Yes, talk to me.
Brother Garfield,
Caribbean American News
there's so much happening right now in this country.
Mm-hmm.
It is big for people to keep on top of everything that's happening. I just wish it was all good and not so much bad. Now, I know you may be in a lot of people's home today.
Mm. Yes.
I am hoping, because that's not something that we have. I'm hoping. There was a live over the other day there, and thousands of people were on that live because it was all rural and I hope to this rural they would pay attention to their own business, how it's been run and by whom it's been run.
Caller, before you go on,
all
the people who logged into the Roro to watch the Roro, the same person who was doing all the Roro themselves did not even see their own Roro that was happening in their own Roro. So that's why I keep telling people, mind your business, mind the business that matters to you, and also mind the business that pays you. Go ahead, caller.
Exactly. Well said, man. Basically, there's a few, and it has to do with the amount this country.
I think we have a bad connection, but go ahead. Let's see how we can get through
nothing. Where
I think you might want to reconnect. I think we're having an internet issue with your...
Let me call you back.
Yes, reconnect. All right, folks. Again, the number to call is 99-586-1821. 99-586-1821. That's the number that will get you on air. Caller, you're back.
Is that any better?
Yes, sounds better. Thank you.
Yeah, so I was saying about the amount of money is being spent. They're not really seeing much. I remember some years ago, like maybe like 3.5 years ago, 4 years ago to be exact, you know, all the noise about money, Shashney spending money on the roads going to nowhere. Shashney, how much building Shashney spent? At least Shashney was spending all these monies on stuff to create jobs for the people and to create development for the country. But my brother, all these millions that have been big fellas, they cannot show you, you know, because even when they are challenged, they cannot even tell you what they're doing. You know, something needs to be done in comes to politicians, and I'm not talking about one side. Politicians across the board.
Yeah.
You know, inquiry done as to how these guys obtain their wealth, my brother. Because too many guys going into politics, well known in communities, that they're broke. And these guys are wearing the best suits, they driving the nicest vehicle, not used, you know, brand new.
Yeah.
You know, there need to be something when it comes to, I don't know if it's a law that needs to be passed with an maybe any laws in St. Lucia, but nothing is being enforced. But, you know, it is mind-boggling live on TV. It is mind-boggling. saying basically giving you a little bit is better than them giving you nothing. I want to ask St. Lucian, at the end of the day, the half of a loaf is better than nothing. Who's the whole loaf? Who does the whole loaf belong to? Does the whole loaf belong to you, or it belongs to the politician? Who does it belong to?
Well, not to the empty
Because
barrels.
last time I checked, the loaf belongs to the primary being. It's high time we stand up when we using our funds and we say or do nothing. Now, when I some people making noise, but it always have to be along party line. St. Lucians, when one is suffering, we all will suffer. Because that's how it is, whether it's labor or flabo that there. If monies are being misused or people are not getting, these same people may be your cousins, your uncles too, you know. So when you telling me people are not paying attention to, and I'm mentioning just that one, St. Jude's, for example, the best hospital in the world with these kind of monies that have been spent over there in that St. Jude's hospital. In one hospital, they have spent that much money. Name one hospital. You know, I actually took the time to look the price of that well unfinished, I should say, unfinished, because that is very important. You know, but I feel we need to start waking up and be honest. A few guys are putting, they're getting a few small contracts. My brother, back the same, because you do not have sustainable job, you do not have a sustainable income where you bring in money in that little contract you do for $5,000. That's nothing, because when you go Massey alone take half of that if you have pockets.
Yeah.
So what are you doing? You know, what are you really doing? Stop allowing these guys to fool you. Why is it they're not bringing down the price of goods? Or do we have that price control thing anymore in St. Lucia? Because I'm hearing of all those high prices. I never had a department for price control come and say anything. I haven't heard that.
Yeah.
You know, if this citizen rules that you keep getting every day, you know, why? My brother, I don't know what we can do. I believe, and not just you, but most of us will wake up and will be surprised. What we like to say is it's in our local palace. They always say, "Simwete Sal." Well, I'm telling you, you know already. So don't be a hypocrite. Do what you need to do to protect the country and your kids and your grandkids' future. Guys, keep fooling their pockets, lining up their wealth for their families. What are you getting? What are you receiving? Huh? You know, when the country fails, you know what's going to happen? They will just take their bags, slide through customs. Who's left? Because remember, the situation, not, you know.
Yeah, we're having an internet issue. We're having a connectivity issue with your call. All right, so we'll have to reconnect. So we were having an issue there, not from our end, based on what I'm seeing. It's on his end. All right, so again, the number to call is 929-586-1821. Let's take as much calls as we can take. I pray that an SLP supporter can call in tonight. But I heard Bernard Haynes saying that Guy Joseph was a bus driver and now he's a millionaire. How do you know he's a millionaire, Bernard? You here in New York. How do you know he's a millionaire? What, somebody gave you documents from the bank on him? You're speculating, ain't it? You know? So, and he's a bus driver. He did nothing but drive the bus. And that's it. That's the conversation, my brother. Anyway. All right. So let's also look at what he's saying. Basically, same Haynes, SLP supporter. He's saying here that the seizure of materials, I'm sure he's speaking about the materials that was collected from different parts of St. Lucia for the St. Jude's project. And I would think that a responsible government coming in would want to bring all these materials together and, you know, figure out, especially with St. Jude's. St. Jude's is a very expensive era, a very expensive, messed up, I would say. And you would want to start as a responsible government to pull things together. I'm sure you would want to do that, Bernard Haynes. So I don't think you're saying, I don't believe that you're saying that Guy Joseph went and stole the materials and have it at his house. I don't think that's what you're saying. And if that's what you're saying, I would recommend you call the public prosecutor. He's being paid. Call him up and tell him to go and check Guy Joseph's house, under the house, on top of the house, to see if he can get the people's material. So if that's what you're saying, I would suggest to you engage your public prosecutor who was tasked with looking at the former government and corruption. So this might be a good one for you to work on, Bernard Haynes, all right? So you're asking where's the materials? I just answer you. Call the special prosecutor. Tell him Mr. Joseph have all the materials at his house. Go and get it, okay? And these are easy fix. We don't have to be sitting here arguing, going back and forth about missing materials. You have police. You have attorney generals. You have departments that are responsible to secure the assets of the state. So if you think that the asset of the state is at his house, go get it. Easy fix. All right, Bernard? So I hope that answer your concerns for Mr. Joseph securing the property of the government of St. Lucia. All right? And by the way, I hope that you said that Chastity was giving away the property of St. Lucia, the monies to all foreigners. Let me ask you, Bernard Haynes, while you are here, while I have you there, what is your take on the GPH deal? I see you laughing. You think you're funny. What is the situation, Bernard Haynes, with the GPH deal? Do you like it? Is it a good deal? Do you like the GPH deal? Bernard Haynes, see that you understand even Guy Joseph's money. Here is one that you should understand. That's right down your alley. The wharf, the jetty in Soufrière, the jetty in Castries. The wharf in Castries. Bernard Haynes, let's talk. Let's have a conversation. Is the GPH a good deal? Do you like it? Huh? Come on. Of course. You know all the bad deals that Shastner did based on you. Name one of the bad deals that your government has been doing, has been signing on to. I dare you to name one. Bernard Haynes, I realize that when you guys drink your Kool-Aid, it is hard for you to adjust your stomach. So all I'm saying to you, call their processes. You guys are paying thousands of dollars to a guy to investigate, engage him. All right? Case done. Let's forget about that Bernard Haynes. Engage the man. All right, tell him to lock Guy Joseph up, please. All right? So the phone lines, I have reset the phone lines, 929-586-1821. The lines are available, and then we'll close the program, all right? We will close the program. Let me just go through some of your comments on the platform. I don't think it's fair to have you typing, and I'm not responding to you. We have a call. Caller, you on the air. Caribbean American News Media Platform. Caller,
hello?
You on the air?
Yes, hello?
Yes, sir.
Can
Go
you hear
ahead.
me?
Yes, I can.
Yes, good night, doctor.
Good night, sir.
Yeah. The last caller there stating that Guy Joseph is rich and that type of stuff, taking all of the country's assets and money and all. How does he know that?
Well, these days the SLP have crystal balls and all kind of thing, but it malfunctions sometimes. So I don't know what to say.
Oh. But on the same note, how was Guy Joseph able? How was he able to, at the moment that he was left acting on the absence, to put that letter, that perjury letter together and claim for monies on behalf of St. Lucia? How was he able to do that?
I don't know. You tell me. Talk to me.
I don't know. It's just questions that we're putting out there.
So put your questions out, sir.
This letter, that one.
You're talking about the Pajora letter? Was it an illegal action? Was it something illegal?
Yeah, because right there at the document was right there in the public. We could have seen the authenticity of the document.
Where you saw it? Where you got the document from? Where you saw hold the caller. Where did you get that document from?
On the news. It was circulating on the news.
On the news? And it says that Guy Joseph did something illegal by signing. What was the letter all about? Was it a contract, an agreement that was being signed? What the document was all about? Talk to me. Educate me.
Oh, I guess you probably make. In fact, was stating that he himself, Guy Joseph, was asking for money to be lent to him.
So he was asking
on behalf of St. Lucia.
He was asking for monies. Hold. No. You don't just bring questions up and you don't stay so that we can reason. So my question to you is, seeing that you're saying that Mr. Guy Joseph in a Pajora letter was requesting money on behalf of the country.
That I was the document. The document was being put out there. I can recall and HTS had this document.
No, but I'm asking you, based on your understanding of it, was it? And just if we can just be straightforward with our answers and questions. In your estimate, based on what you saw, was it an illegal action?
Yes, that's how I can ask money on behalf of the state.
So was he a government minister when he was asking for monies on behalf of the state?
He was a government minister. However, it was not. That's the reason why the letter was circulated. It was not within his range. The firm and whoever that he was asking money on St. Lucia's account based on his name. That was the whole thing. That's why they ended up coming through the media and all of that.
Oh well, there's a lot of stuff was on the media on the United Workers' Party during the United Workers' Party leadership, but there's a whole lot of documents that are still in the dark right now that needs to be done. Have you seen the GPH document, caller?
No, I've not seen the GPH document.
What do you think? What do you think of that GPH deal?
I've not seen the document.
You have not heard anything about the GPH deal?
No, I've not seen that document.
Do me a favor. Forget about the Pajora letter. By the way, call the special prosecutor for Guy Joseph. Tell him to look into it and arrest him, because you, in your estimate, it was illegal. So you call them and ask them to check him out. But let me give you a homework to do. The Pajora letter, that's in the past, right? As I said, if there's anything illegal, talk to the special prosecutor. Let's look at the now. I want you to look at the GPH deal, right? Look at it. Speak to your government. I'm sure you are in some position in the SLP. Go ahead.
So so I'm saying we just forget about times past. We forget about what.
No, I never said that. Don't put words in my mouth. I said to you, you appointed a special prosecutor to look into wrongs of the former government. I said to you, you talking here about Pajora letter until your throat dry is not fixing. While you're talking here, while you're talking, there's a man getting paid to investigate. So my advice to you is to call him up and give him some work. All right? Give him some work. But while you're calling him up and giving him the work, let's look at the GPH deal.
Since all of this, I think is already circulated in the media. I think they've had this information as well, so I think I'm going to leave it there.
Yeah, because if you say that the Pajora letter is illegal, everything, and your government is there for 3 years now, I think they're as crooked can be, because he should have been arrested. Don't you believe that?
No, well, you know how law works, right?
No, I don't know.
You don't take the law into your own, and
no, but how can the government not take the law? They are the law. They are the law, brother. They put a man in place to arrest Guy Joseph. They did not?
No, so I'm going to go through it.
Caller, as far as I'm concerned, and I appreciate you calling. You're welcome to call here. But your government is malmening your cervelle. Call them and tell them to go and get Guy, because the letter is there. You said it's proof that he did something wrong, illegal. The proof is there in the pudding. You have evidence. That's what the special prosecutor need. Evidence. You have it. Take it to him. All right? And let him deal, caller.
No, he has it already. But I've been privy to it as
well. Oh, he has it already?
All right.
So great, man. So Guy will be arrested soon. Don't worry. But we have a problem here with the phone line. I'm going to switch to a different number. I'm going to switch, folks. All right, so let's try another call, because we just lost that caller. I'm hoping it's not our system here, because everything is showing perfect. So let us engage another caller, 929-586-1821. SLPs, you are welcome to call tonight. So therefore, we have dealt with the St. Jude's material, and we have dealt with the Pajora letter. I hope it don't come up on the show again. So Guy Joseph is under the gun. So the UWP got to get bail money for him. Caller, you on the air, Caribbean American News Media Platform. Go ahead.
My doctors don't tickle me tonight.
Go ahead, caller. Welcome. Hope you are well. I hope you're not calling with no Pajora letter too, huh?
I've never heard such garbage in my entire life.
Well, the brother said that the documents are with the special prosecutor, so it is what it is.
So why? I don't want to carry this on, because I'm not encouraging garbage. I'm not doing that. I want some clear explanations as to why we have a year of infrastructure and we barely have anything happen. And I mean, it's clear that nothing has happened in St. Lucia under the
Hold a minute, caller. Hold a minute. The number that you call, right? Is it 929-586-1821?
Yeah, I'm calling the CAN. And
right. So Bernard, you have to call WhatsApp. I think you're doing a regular line. You have to call WhatsApp 929-586-1821. Yes, regular line. That's what the other callers are getting through. I might have to switch the number.
We don't want.
I might have to switch the number because it seems like that line is having some internet issues. But go ahead, caller.
Well, the line I'm calling on is having internet issues.
Go ahead. I will see if I need to switch it. But let's see if we can go through with your call.
Okay. So I was just saying for the year, it's the end of the year, Brother Garfield.
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to put you on the spot tonight, but that is towards the end of my contribution. For the year into body in St. Lucia to ask themselves what have they seen in terms of infrastructural works happening in St. Lucia under the SLP administration now. I want and 3.5. I want them of the UWPs and 3 years. There's been nothing happening. King has no explanations. Neither does the Prime Minister. About the infrastructural works in the year of infrastructure. But there's Zelevs and a lot. The Zelevs would claim that it's not the end of the year, while the same Philip JPA is standing in Parliament and talking about the end of the year. So, meaning December.
You want to do me a favor? You want to call? I just put up the new line because this one is breaking up. Then we're going to switch the number to 347-623-9183. Call me on that other line, okay? All right. Thank you. Okay, folks, we just switched the line to 347-623-9183. All right. So we switched the line there, and so you can call at this time, folks. We just switched over to the other line, 347-623-9183. You can get me on WhatsApp on a regular call if you're in the United States. All right, 347-623-9183. Good. There we have that call coming in. Caller, you're on the air. Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Thank you. That's better, right?
Much better. Thank you so much.
Okay. Thank you, Brother Garfield. So listen, while Philip JPA is standing in Parliament today talking about the end of the year and what's going to be happening next year for the new year, meaning the end of the year, December, there were some people trying to say that it's not the end of the year for the year of infrastructure, Brother Garfield. I mean, how much more garbage can we accept in St. Lucia? How much more trash can we accept as governance in St. Lucia? I want people to ask themselves why we have been paying $1.50, that same $1.50 that the SLPs march against in the fuel tax for road rehabilitation and fixing. Right now, we're paying $4 and $5 in excess, from $13.50 to $17.95, and now to $16.50 under the SLP administration. But no road works are being done. So they're collecting some $5 per gallon of fuel, and we're not seeing anything done. Now, I want somebody to, according to Guy, challenge me on that one. And then you're telling me that it's not the end of the year of infrastructure. So I said to someone today, well, let's wait until March 31st and see the difference.
So what is the year? What is the year of infrastructure? The years? Is it 2 years, 3 years of infrastructure? Or 1 year? He said it's a year.
No. They're now claiming it's the end of the financial year, which is March 31st.
Oh, okay.
You understand? Okay. So now is another Jimmy Flicks, another gimmick, another. I listened to Philip J. Pierre promise and made promises upon promises in that House of Parliament today. And I'm thinking to myself, didn't they promise St. Jude's in the first year of getting into office?
Tell me about today, because obviously I didn't get to view it. I was in school. So he promised a lot of stuff. He promised St. Jude's also?
He promised St. Jude's.
When?
He promised this next year. Next year he's delivering St. Jude's. Next year he's delivering the start of the airport, I guess.
What?
Next year he's delivering. Hold on. Next year he's delivering hotels. 3 or 4 hotels are being built. Mm-hmm. Next year he's delivering. Practically next year, his healthcare Victoria Hospital is going to be changed to some other name, and they're doing whatever work that they're doing on it. And oh my goodness, everything that has been promised over and over and over and over and over again.
Sounds like an election year.
Next year.
Yeah.
So of course it's an election year. Mm-hmm. So you will see some money being spent. However, have we forgotten 3, almost 4 years of going through labor pains in this country? Mm-hmm. Have we forgotten the highest cost of living in the Eastern Caribbean, the highest cost of fuel, gas prices in the Caribbean? Have we forgotten the highest price of electricity, water? All of this have been thrown at us. We have no roads. Well, you just showed the show, say, with all the crap that's going on. And these are you just showed a few roads, Brother Garfield. There are hundreds more in a worse state. I mean, our doctors left, our nurses left, the Medical and Dental Association wrote a damning letter. People resigned from OKEU. There is nothing happening at the current St. Jude's in Beaufort. They destroyed the piling that was already done that costed so much money at Uranora International Airport. They destroyed it.
But why would they destroy? Why would they destroy the piling there if it's the monies that were, pounded into the earth? I mean, why would you condemn it?
The truth is, he is so wicked that anything that was started under the last administration cannot ever continue, because if he destroys the piling, the airport strip can only reach this far.
So you believe that Philip J. Pierre is wicked?
Yes. Yes.
You don't think
asked me a question again, Brother Garfield.
You don't think he has wicked people around him with bad intentions?
Brother Garfield, all 17, and I say 17, that includes the Speaker, the Attorney General, all 17 of them are complicit. All of them are wicked, because if one was different, they would have stood up and said, no, we cannot take from St. Lucia a brand new state-of-the-art hospital. We cannot leave it incomplete and have Ralph Gonzalez come and toot it and say to us that, he's doing a state-of-the-art hospital. We cannot have them destroy piling that was already put into the ground that could have been kept there for the future. that could have been kept there for the future. We can't have them destroying the money, wasting money, giving us a smaller airport. We don't even know if we're getting a smaller airport. Our airport is the worst airport right now in the Eastern Caribbean. While Dominica he's there cutting ribbon or putting concrete on top of a tomb or whatever it is, celebrating Ralph Gonzalez to do his nice, grand international airport.
No, that was Dominica. Let me ask you, what about, did Mr. Richard Frederick promise the condos for the gas attendants? Did he say anything about that?
Well, I did not hear Richard Frederick's. I did not listen to Richard Frederick. I listened to Philip J. Pierre.
Okay.
And yes, he promised housing in the Talvern. Is it Rockhall and somewhere else he mentioned? But he promised housing for next year. So everything is being promised for next year. But all the promises they made that they have not kept, it doesn't seem like we can question it, because asking questions is asking for someone to kill you in when you're under that Parliament live. Mm-hmm. Asking the Prime Minister questions about why did you raise the price of fuel? Mm-hmm. Why did you put in a 2.5% tax that was not warranted? Levy, compounded tax that was not warranted. Mm-hmm. Why didn't you finish the roads? Why didn't you continue the airport? Asking those questions, like asking is like committing suicide when you go under that live on the Parliament page.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yep.
But these are the questions, the pertinent questions that we have to ask.
Yeah. Yep. The line is running busy now. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Yes, I'll let somebody else call, but St. Lucians pay very close attention to yet another set of promises that are being made to you by Philip J. Pierre and his associate and his cabal or associates or whatever you want to call them. Pay very close attention to it, because the only reason why you'll see certain things happening is because it's a year. It will be the year for elections. Right. Take their money and vote them out.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you. Yes, caller, you're on the air. Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Good evening, my brother Garfield Oliver.
That sounds like the Honorable Bernard Hins.
Yes, sir. Yes,
How are you, man? How's the family?
How you doing? I'm all right. I'm okay. Nice to know that you are in school, man. That is very good, man. That's good.
I'm actually working in the school.
Well, regardless, you are contributing to the school system.
That's right. So, yes, what's on your mind? I know you have a lot on your mind as a supporter of the United.
First of all, Garfield, I want to address a situation with your viewers online.
Talk to me.
Somebody wanted, not one or two, but I mean a few, but let me just say, somebody once approached me and told me something about Garfield Oliver with Brings. And they told me about Brings, and they told me about, and the first thing I told them, that, my friend, has nothing to do with me. I do not know about that. I will not engage in such talk because I do not know anything about Garfield and where he worked. And I don't need to know. I don't want to know.
So what happened to Brings? So what happened to Brings? I didn't own it. What happened to it?
No, I'm not even going to repeat whatever the people said, because that is not. You see me, Garfield. As far as I'm concerned, I'm not going to get myself involved in that, because Garfield, as far as I'm concerned, I only deal with Garfield, and our differences only come in politics. Anything you want to tell me bad about Garfield, I will not get involved in it. I dispel that right away. You see me, I don't want to spread these kind of dirty rumors about people who have done me nothing wrong. And even if they do me something wrong, that's not my business. So let me make a correction to I want to specifically address not one person, but in particular Lydia Francis.
That's one of our faithful viewers.
I will address her. David, I was a worker of SMG Beverages, the producer of Buster, Chubby, Cold Fruiter.
Was that on the who Dibole? Dibole was the owner of those things?
No. That was owned by SMG Beverages of Trinidad, and the person who owned it in St. Lucia was Sam Oji.
Oh, okay.
Okay? Sam Oji was once a member of the PLP. That I worked for Sam Oji. Okay, I am going to address Lydia because she's spreading that rumors, and I see Martin, another Martin you have there, get involved. And so I want to address that
Martin
finally.
is my brother. Go ahead. Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's your brother?
Yeah.
Okay. Gabriel, I worked there in 1998. Okay, I was working for Assembly. In fact, I was one of the first employees. Okay, I was one of the first employees. But that very same year, I got married. And some OG told me, my friend, as a newly wedded man, I will not advise you to sleep because I'm staying in Castries. I would not advise you to stay in Castries. I would advise you to stay with your wife. So some OG went, and this is what he did for me. He paid for me a small place in Soufrière next to the hospital. He gave the person, the landlord, 3 months' rent. He told the gentleman, look, I am paying you this for this person, but thereafter this person is going to pay you. Some OJ gave me 100 cases of fruiter. It was all mixed because the fruiter was in all flavor. 200 cases of Buster, 100 cases of cold, 100 cases of chubby, and he told me, look, go on your own, do your thing. I complained to someone, I tell someone, but look, you're sending me on my own, but yet you have the truck coming to Soufrière. He tell me, B, you can make it. You can make it. I will be delivering drinks to you. I established a relationship with my people in Soufrière that I had no complaints in 4 months. I used to go deliver for them. The drinks they buy from me, Garfield, when I went to the football field, I sell in their drinks for them. I bring in their money. They come in and buy it from me, you know. I go in and I sell in their drinks because I had a relationship with my buyers. Okay? Garfield, I left St. Lucia, and not one person can stretch their hands at me and tell me I owe them. Not one. And for Lydia Francis to be having my name tarnishing, well, she ain't tarnishing it because nobody can tell me nothing. They're just repeating and regurgitating whatever Lydia Francis is saying. But nobody can look at me and tell me I stole anything from them. I was a role model in my community. As far as I'm concerned, I left a group in Soufrière called Raising the Standard, talking to young people about, and I didn't even know crime was going to be where it is right now, okay? I took on that project and I was talking to young people about youth and the law, okay? Nobody can point their hands and call me. So I want to make that clear to Lydia Francis. I was a role model, an example of a young man in my community. I was in every youth group.
But now that you have cleared on that,
yes.
you are aware.
So now let's go into the politics now.
But you are aware that under the Labour Party, a lot of rumors have been leveled at the Honorable Alan Shastey, Guy Joseph, and many of the supporters of the United Workers' Party. You're aware of that?
Here is my thing. And I will speak it, and I know most of you, well, not most, all of the viewers you have there does not like Richard Frederick. I know that. But here is my thing, Garfield. And I've always told the supporters, if Richard Frederick put out an allegation, okay, and he comes on his show on a first day night and he said, look, here is the papers. All the people has to do, even if it's me, he point out an allegation against. All I have to do is to go and say, here is the paper Richard Frederick read from. Probably he missed that, or he didn't say this, or he didn't have a backstory, or there was a backstory to it. That's all I want them to do.
Let me ask you, you were under the live when Richard Frederick said that the Talvin project did not have approval from DCA. You were there? He showed papers. He showed papers.
I want to be honest with you. I heard some things that Garfield, to be honest with you, I cannot tell you everything. I do not know everything. Maybe I was there, maybe he said it too long ago that I can't remember all the details. I will not tell you, yes, I heard. Okay? Because me, Garfield, for example, I get information and tomorrow I discard them and I move on. Maybe that's what is happening to all solutions. I don't know.
But it sounds like you only discard those that relates to the SLP because you guys are still talking about Guy Joseph. You guys are still talking about Guy Joseph having materials at his house and all those things.
No. Tell me. Because you see, the thing is, Garfield, the thing is, I am a Labour supporter, not because of Labour, you know. I am a Labour because of philosophy. Okay? They have the same ideals that I have. Now, for me, I will target Guy Joseph one because you see, Guy Joseph has a very loud mouth, and I'm not getting my information from a labor.
What you
the
say?
person who talks about
repeat.
that,
I didn't hear it. You said Guy Joseph is what?
He has a very loud mouth.
So
and
wait,
wait.
So Richard Frederick has what? What he has?
A loud mouth. And the thing is,
Richard Frederick has a loud mouth too, right?
Yes.
Okay,
but
good.
the thing with Richard, the difference with Richard is that Richard shows his back paperwork. And Guy has not done it, and that's the problem, Gabriel.
So did you saw the last event on Sunday where a contract was shown to the people of a lease agreement entered in by the government, the SLP government? The minister then was Mr. Philip J.
Gafil, I just saw you put that piece a while ago. Okay, I just saw it.
So you have never heard of that? You never. So you.
No, because the thing is, I do not know why UWP blocked me. I watch every program. I was watching Timothy for some reason. I got blocked. I can't see. Okay, so if there is something that is revealed there, I may not know until you show it because I know I watch your program. So this is what I'm going to do. Since you saw it. Since you showed it and I saw it, I'm going to try and find whatever document Guy Joseph had in his hand.
No, I'll send it to you. I'll send it to you.
Oh, you can send it to me. I will read it. Of course. I will read it.
And I hope that when you read it and you ask
I will call you. I will call you just the same way.
That's right.
You see, because I'm not these people who just talk from their mouths or their faces or because they have a hole in their face, they just speak, If I see the document, Garfield, I will read it and I will make sure that the date. Because when Frederick shows a document, he tells you this is the signatory, this is the date.
But you're aware that the same Richard Frederick showed a document on the Dyer Mall, and he was torn off in what he was saying. Are you aware of that?
What was wrong about it?
Remember, he said that the property will never be, and it is not, and will never be the property of the government of St. Lucia because the entire property was sold. You remember that?
And then they leased the first floor back to the government.
Pardon me?
And they list the first floor. The first floor?
No.
Back to the first floor, one of the floors back to the government.
No.
No?
You see again, you SLPs are spreading false information.
No, not you SLPs. I'm the one speaking to you right now.
Yeah, but you too, because I'm
the one. It's not those SLPs.
No,
I am the one speaking to you.
Wait. But it was the same Richard Frederick who said that the mall again was sold and. It's a big loss. It's the worst deal.
So was the Dyer Mall not sold to somebody?
The Dyer Mall was transferred to with a what you call design and build type of situation where the builder or the developer would come in, develop the property.
No, but the mall was sold, Garfield, because the mall was all originally built. It was just their damaging.
The mall was not any mall. It was just an old shell.
It was just an old building.
It was an old shell that was occupied by rats and zombies.
Yes. It was a damaged property.
The SLP government could not have done anything with it. It was sitting there as a eyesore to the people of that community. Right. So the Honorable Shaston went into a deal that he believed would have been in the best interest of the citizens of the country. And
but that was not in the best interest of the country, Garfield.
It is not? It is not?
No, because
What is the deal?
No, because the deal states that the building was sold.
Mm-hmm.
And then one of the floors, I can't remember if it is the first or
so that's all you saw in that deal, that it was sold?
But Garfield,
I'm asking you a question.
Sold. The question is, was it not sold?
But what is the writing documents on that
the writing document said it was sold. I feel it was sold.
No, that can't be a writing document. The writing document is that the property was transferred to the developer. Hold a minute.
It was sold.
To recover sold. For the contract, for the company to recover their monies, the government would lease 2 of the floors. Yeah? The ground floor was sold. The ground floor, you listening to me, was sold.
I'm listening to you.
And the government would have paid the lease until the contractors or the builders would have recovered the cost of building that mall. After they have recovered their monies, the property, based on the agreement, the sales agreement, would have been transferred back to the people of St. Lucia. Did you know that?
The floor was sold. The contractor would work, rebuild the building, and then get. Nah, I don't get it.
No, that's what I'm saying. Bernard, that's what I'm saying. Hold on. That's what I'm saying. You see, it seems to me a lot of the viewers of Richard Frederick show don't pay attention to anything at all. It seems like they don't pay attention to anything at all because your government minister, Mrs. Poyot, this year confirmed to the citizens, confirmed to the citizens of St. Lucia that the Dyer Mall has been completed. The floors are available to the government of St. Lucia. They are looking at the different departments to move into the building. And she went on, she said that at the end of the lease, the property will return to the people of St. Lucia. That's not what Richard Frederick said. But the government minister...
I want to see this clip.
The government minister said it.
You look like you want to blow my mind there. I want to see this clip.
She confirmed that the property would be transferred back in the hands of the people of St. Lucia.
Gabriel, the media don't lie. Get me the clips and play them for me.
So, you see what I'm saying, Haynes? You see, and I'm happy you called because I'm getting a better view, a better idea as to how you guys think, how you guys function, how you guys
No. I'm not
move.
dumb, you know, Gabriel, I'm not dumb, you know. Play the clips, refresh my mind so I can make the judgment that you think you want me to make this. Play the clips because media don't lie. The media, you see, when you say something on social media, truth or no truth, it stays there. Okay?
But you know what? I'm going to do an entire program on that Dyer Mall again. Guess why? And I'm going to prove to you something that you talking about. Richard show papers and evidence. He was showing the Dyer Mall deal all the time. And his own government minister debunked him in front of Parliament in public.
But that's what I'm asking you to do. Show the clip again so even your viewers will see. Okay, Bernard did not get an understanding of it. Show the clip again, Gabriel.
Brother, listen to me. I am honestly, Bernard, I'm not lying. I appreciate this call. No, listen, I appreciate this call because I get a better idea of how you guys move, how you guys think. Honestly, I'm getting a much broader idea. Broader because you just said to me, Richard, show evidence. Richard, show everything good. And I asked you about the tavern development housing. When he said in a propaganda campaign that there was no
one thing
approved,
I can get the clips. I can get the clips you're referring to.
He said that there is no approved plan for the development. He said no approved plan.
And what happened?
You know what happened? There was an approved plan.
Okay. I will go and look at it. I guess I'm not running away from you. I see a call.
Yeah, I have another call coming in.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. No problem. All right.
Okay, no problem.
Okay. Caller, can you call me back at 347-623-9183? The person who is calling, call me back. You're calling me on the wrong number. Let me just. Hello, Caribbean American News Media Platform. Caller. No. Can you do me a favor? Call me back on the 347 number. 347-623 number. Okay. It will get you live on the air. Thanks. Okay, but folks, I'm telling you, I learned so much from just those few minutes with Bernard, and he was very respectful on the platform. I learned a lot, you know. We have a lot of work to do. That's what this call proves to me. we have a lot of work to do. Because these guys are going on to Mr. Frederick's live and they're drinking, they are just digesting everything and repeating. And when you actually have a one-on-one with them outside of Frederick, they can't function. They tell you they don't know. They have never heard. Do you understand what I'm saying? It was not a waste of time. No. My friend, no way. This was not a waste of time. Not at all. This could never be a waste of time. As a matter of fact, it is never a waste of time when you are engaging your opponent. Never a waste of time. You can't engage yourself. You got to engage others. And I learned a lot from this engagement tonight. A whole lot. Which means that we got to take our time. We got to take our time and explain slowly some of those talking points of the SLP. Caller, you're on the air, Caribbean American News Media Platform.
Yes, Brother Garfield. Good night. How are you doing, brother?
Yeah.
I didn't tune in to the beginning of the show, but I heard a caller was speaking on behalf of the St. Lucia Labour Party. That's what was happening, right?
Yeah.
I just want to know, he's telling you to play the clip. I want him to go visit the hospitals right now. Look on Facebook, Brother Garfield. Look at the amount of people who are asking for blood.
Yeah.
Look on Facebook, the amount of accidents that are happening every day. I have a friend right now. He's in a coma. He broke the back of his neck, and he's in a coma at the hospital at ONQ Hospital. And the situation is very bad, and it is because of the bad roads. The very bad roads, the deplorable state of the bad roads. So when this caller is looking for evidence and looking for things to talk about or to defend, worry about the mothers that are crying right now for their babies who are dying every single day at the hospital, the people who are suffering from all the different diseases, the homicides, the lack of hope, the lack of jobs, the lack of hospitals, the $265 million borrowed, yet still the hospital couldn't be open.
Yep.
Where are the ministers? Where are the representatives that are there to represent the people? On the roads are full of grass. Never before we have seen the country in such a deplorable state, such a sad state of events where our prime minister is busy in Dominica cutting ribbons for opening of a airport, while our airport is on standstill, trying to blame the opposition for the closing of the CACABEF.
Yeah.
When in their turn, they stop all different projects across the island. They could have stopped the project and leave the people to do their racing there. But it is in their benefit, selling bananas land for next to nothing.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
But I always want to focus on a point before I go, Brother Garfield.
Talk to me. Yeah.
I am on a journey, and that journey is to bring forth the silent genocide that is happening across our country. And I'm speaking on that on behalf of the people who are going through it every single day at those hospitals, Brother Garfield. There's no blood at the hospitals, Brother Garfield. There's no medication. There's no equipment. There's nothing. I pray that people's families do not end up going there, because it is just like 80% death, a little percent you might live. Once you go at ONQ Hospital, it's a great building, it's a lovely building, and like I always say again, it is a building where Kenny Anton himself built, but he built it with a default,
right?
Because you cannot build a building like that on the outside. Is full of steel next to the ocean, next to the Caribbean Sea.
No.
It is not even 5 miles away from the Caribbean Sea. So all the dust, all the salt in the air is going under steel. You see how all those beams, when you go in front of the hospital, how all those beams are resting? Those guys are a waste of time. I'm calling for early elections because we have a genocide that is happening throughout the country, Brother Garfield. And when you hear those SLP guys, I hope they hear my voice, that the blood is on their hands.
for the people who are dying from tumors, from the road accidents, to the different chronic diseases, and all the ills that is plaguing our nation today. We were the biggest economy in the OACS. Now today we're not even the biggest economy. You understand?
And Colin, I agree with you. Instead of focusing on Chastney, like I said earlier, on Chastney and vaccine money and Guy Joseph and Pajura letter, we have major issues, like you said, shortage of blood. No proper access to good health care. We have no medications, no supplies, hospital buildings that are mold infested, police stations mold infested, and we say we are building for the future, but we are building a bunch of mold infested buildings that cannot stand the times that we're in.
That's it, my brother. The like I told you, you spoke about the vaccine money, but let us not forget and always remind every solution that immediately after 2021, when Philip J.P. took office and he released and he let people do whatever they want, over 500 solutions died under Philip J.P.
That's right, 500. Wow, it's a lot of people.
500 died from COVID-19.
Carelessness, yes, and bunch of power.
But this number is a part of the silent genocide that I'm speaking about.
Yeah.
Because people do not come out and speak about their loved ones they lost in COVID-19 under Philip J.P. And the reason why there were people who died under Alan Chastney tenure, but there were measures in place for people not to die. He came and he just removed all, and he pardoned everybody that was in the time when we had the lockdown. He pardoned everybody, so everybody thought it was a free for all, and then 500 people died out of carelessness, out of petty politics. Out of petty politics, we had a world-class hospital with a helicopter pad on it. No longer it would take a fire ambulance. If it was taking an ambulance an hour to reach from Castries to Soufriere, with a helipad, with a helicopter, it's taking less than 2 minutes.
And
those guys stopped that.
And the genocide that you speak about, it is real because we are losing a lot of, even young people are dying now from cancers that we can treat once we can. We have the equipment, the medication,
dialysis,
the experts.
My brother, why dialysis has to be so expensive?
Yeah, that's right.
And it is, and dialysis is a free tool four times a week.
Yeah.
People have to go and change their blood.
And the SLP is acting like it's business as usual, and they have done enough for the citizens of the country. When these are the basic things that the people cannot access: healthcare, food, the gas. These are the things people can't even afford.
But that's what I'm telling you, brother. So you see what is happening. It's not even just on what's about malnutrition and people that cannot have an adequate meal for the day.
Carly, you give me a migraine just saying just talking about food, food security. Man. Thank you so much.
But that's what I'm telling you. So that is what I'm trying to show you, my brother.
Yeah.
That when they are asking to show evidence, this is the evidence we have. We have thousands of people dying on the roads. Going into the hospitals, cannot find blood, cannot find medication, cannot find anything. Don't even try to fall sick, because you wouldn't get an airlift to go to Martinique for surgery. You might not even get an airlift to go to St. Vincent for surgery. Everything has collapsed. The economy has collapsed. We have $3.5 billion missing in China, which we will never get back.
Because you had your own experience. So that's why I have great respect for you when you call into this program, because you're not just talking because you have a mouth. You're talking out of experience, personal experience.
Out of experience, my family and I are a victim of negligence at the hospitals in terms of the equipment to just cut the skull to release the fluid from the brain, and then we could have probably get the tumor out of the brain. And it was a simple task. A simple thing turned so dramatic and
turned deadly.
Go down in a situation where the hospital said everything is good. They give you some medication. Everything is good. It's just a headache he has.
Yeah.
2 weeks go home. You see like the thing is getting worse and worse and worse. And like at that point, what do you do? So I understand the situation that many people are facing, and I speak on behalf of all the mothers right now who are going through it, and fathers and family members who are going through it at the hospitals right as we speak. Probably they maybe have over 500 people at all the hospitals right now on the island going through different chronic diseases, accidents, gunshot wounds, all different things that you can speak of. You can ask one of these days you must bring a doctor on your show who really knows about it and the silent genocide that is happening that nobody wants to speak of. But I will be pointing out the silent genocide, and I hope the opposition is listening to probably look into that and probably bring the International Criminal Court to hold those guys, those ministers accountable for the dangerous acts, especially Stevenson King. Coming on the talk show and talk about that when UWP was in power, they put a $1.25 on gas and those different things, and nobody should be telling him about his work. My brother, there are many people that are dying on your roads.
Yeah.
It's not holes anymore; it's craters.
Yeah, people are
so I hope the right people are listening, my brother. And like I said, with the Orange March, we have to shut down the country. We have to put an interim government in power. Like I always tell you, it will be a mountain to climb for UWP to fix every problem that we are facing right now. It maybe take 15 years, 20 years to get back to a stable situation in our country. We are a failed state. We have lost all our credibility in the world stage. And it's like the country's in anarchy. It's a free-for-all. There's no more rules. There's no morals. Everything has been lost. And it is only a revolution. We just have to stop everything right now. Just stop everything and crash everything and recreate it again. It will never work again, my brother. They have destroyed everything. Have a blessed night.
All right, brother. God bless you. Thank you so much for that call. All right, so that's one of our regular callers, folks. We got to end the show. It is 9:55 here in New York, and it's very late in your country. And I believe bigly on sleep, rest. That one must always get enough sleep, especially with the stress that you guys are going through in your small country. Somebody wrote there, and this is the SLP supporter, SLP making or importing blood. And that's not even the conversation that we should have, whether the SLP is making blood or they're importing blood. I really don't want to take on that. Okay, let's take our final call. Caller, you on the air. Ian.
Good evening to all. Good evening, Brother Gansel. How are you doing?
Not bad, how things?
I'm all right, I don't want to bash Bernard Haynes, but Bernard Haynes, he's been misled by the Labour Party, and there are many persons like Bernard Haynes, which you cannot fault them, but we have to educate them.
True.
For example, the Labour Party made a big hooray about this whole CACABEF lease. And try to blame Alan Shasley and saying that, it was Alan Shasley who leased the CACABEF and what have you, and Alan Shasley is selling the land, all the three-fourth land.
True.
When the truth came out, and Bernard Haynes, stop trying to defend the indefensible, my brother. It is clear as night and day that the person who leased the CACABEF was Kenny Anthony and the St. Lucia Labour Party. Under the leadership under SLASPA by, I think it was Sean Matthews, if my memory serves me correct.
Yeah, I believe
the
so.
lease is there. The lease was signed in 2013 for 20 years. So it was the Labour Party who leased the CACABEF. And I noticed a trend. Once the Labour Party starts their propaganda and you debunk them, they go quiet. Have you noticed that since Guy Joseph, and it was not only Brother Guy Joseph, The information that, and I'm surprised that Bernard Haynes will say that he never saw it.
He said he never saw it, and I'm surprised.
That document has been in circulation on social media, making its rounds for weeks, almost a week.
And there is one actually in the SLP's group, which I believe Bernard Haynes should have had access to.
Exactly. And so the lease, the CACABEF land, if you want to put it that way, was leased by the St. Lucia Labour Party under the leadership of Kenny Anthony, who Philip Pierre happened at that time was the minister responsible for ports under the purview of Strasbourg. So Bernard Haynes don't defend that. The document is there, it's in circulation on social media, and there's certain things that you can defend and there's certain things you should not defend. Now, moving forward, I want to say that the Labour Party must stop trying to fool people. Two things. You were right about the Diamond Mall. The Diamond Mall was never sold. The Diamond Mall was never... That project started under... Do you know who started that project?
Who's that? It was Kenny? Was it Kenny?
No, not Kenny.
Stephen?
No, it wasn't Stevenson King.
Oh.
Osbert Dovey who started that Diamond Mall project.
So long back?
Yes. Check it. You must do some deep research on this whole Diamond. Osbert Dovey, I think he was Minister for Economic Affairs at the time under Sir John, started that Diamond project, and it continued under Stevenson King and the Kenyan team. So that Diamond situation, 2 or 3 successive governments got into office, demitted office or left office, and it was not resolved. It had to take Alan Chastney with the vision and the innovation of ideas to start to say, hey, monies were already expended on this whole Diamond situation by the state, the government coffers, the taxpayer. So we cannot just leave this thing there like an eyesore. And so the whole objective of building this Diamond, let me go back to history, and I want to educate Bernard Haynes here. You know why this Diamond project came about? Because under Sir John Compton, the vision was removing some of those government departments and having them in one centralized location.
Which makes sense.
Which makes absolute sense. Because if you look at the amount of money that government spend on an annual basis on rental with all those different government departments, you will be holding your head, Brother Garfield, and your viewers and listeners. So Sir John decided, okay, we need to, under the guidance of Osbert Dovey, that okay, let us have some main those ministries in one central location, and that's where the Diamond project was built. Okay, Alan Chastney came in 2016. It was an eyesore. The building was there, abandoned for years, and money was already spent on the project. So he said, look, how it is that I can turn this project into something viable for the people of St. Lucia, and hence the arrangement that Alan Chastney did with the Diamond. And so the Diamond is there. The building was, again, another lie. The Diamond was not sold by Alan Chastney. You explained it perfectly. In the next few years, the building will be the government of St. Lucia. Virginia Albert Poyer explained the situation.
She said it. I heard it with my own ears.
She explained the deal. I heard it myself in Parliament.
That's right.
She said in the next week that they're already occupying the first floor of the building. I don't know if you heard that too.
No, I didn't hear that one.
Certain parts of the building are already occupied. I understood they even having certain businesses who are renting space there already. So the government of St. Lucia is generating some revenue there. And after a few years, the Diamond will be the government and people of St. Lucia's own. So it was not anything that was sold. Again, another lie of Richard Frederick and the St. Lucia Labour Party. So we have to, and I'm suggesting humbly, Brother Garfield, do some deep research when it comes to this Diamond, and you'll be shocked. The documents are there, and I would have been happy if Brother Guy Joseph would have called and give us even some more, because I do not know the full details of that whole Diamond transaction. But what I'm saying is basic information that I know. And I don't call talk shows and give information that I'm not privy to or I'm not sure of.
Yeah, but I think the ground floor was was sold, and the building itself would have been returned to the government after the investors would have recovered the cost.
Right.
Which is a deal. You know, the government didn't have to put out any money to build it up front.
Exactly.
You know, the
Exactly.
guys went to look for the funds, and you know, it was just sitting there. You know,
exactly, for years.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about almost 10, 15 years, like I indicated to you earlier.
Yep.
Successive governments came, and that project was just on a standstill, you know, from Kenya and Stevenson King right down, you know.
True.
And if my memory serves me right, that diamond, again, let me repeat, started under the guidance of Osmond Dovey.
Yeah, I wrote it down. I actually wrote, but let me tell you what makes it funny, right? The SLP, they have gone into the very same deal to build the halls of justice in Castries, you know. The rent there in Castries would be more expensive than the one in Grosile at the Diamond.
What say you, Bernard Haynes? The halls of justice that your government is building.
Same agreement.
Is the same arrangement.
They got to hand over the land document.
That the building, listen to this, the building, the Trinidad company, it's a foreign company, from Trinidad will be building the halls of justice, invest the money. They will be renting, listen to this, they will be renting from the government of St. Lucia. And after 12 years, when they recoup their money, they will give the property back to the government of St. Lucia. We're not here to your government, the same arrangement in the halls of justice.
But
that was done by your government, your Labour Party government.
Ian, here is the deception. Bernard Haynes is still saying, he's under the live right now, I just came across his comment. Bernard Haynes is saying, and listen, St. Lucians, I want this to be documented for my next show. Bernard Haynes says the Diamond was sold and it will never be the property of the government of St. Lucia. Bernard Haynes said that, you know.
Brother Garfield, do me a favor and do your viewers and your listeners a favor, and you owe it to your listeners and viewers like myself to educate us. Do some research, deep research, go way back. I gave you a starter point. Go back as way back as the time when Sir John got into office in 2006, and get the document and do a comprehensive program on this whole Diamond, and you will discover what I'm saying. Elements of what I just said there is true.
Wow.
And we can take it. Because you see, people like Bernard Haynes, sadly, even if you present them with the facts or the truth, the propaganda is so infectious for them.
I learned a lot tonight, honestly.
It's like let me tell you, the propaganda of Richard Frederick and the Labour Party to persons like Bernard Haynes is like COVID-19.
Yes.
It's like a disease for them that even when you present the facts to them, they will still come and tell you otherwise. Take one example and I'll end here. That youth economy is a scam. You see, that youth economy is a scam. Because the St. Lucia Labour Party government is giving young people the impression, Brother Garfield, that take part in the youth economy. We're going to give you free money so you can open up your business.
Yeah.
So they entice young people, go in there, we are going to give you 5,000, you can set up a business. Only to be told, and I want to educate your viewers, if they did not know that the youth economy is not no free money. When you enroll to be part of the youth economy, the so-called youth economy, which makes no sense to me, but that's the name of the program. When you enroll in that youth economy, it's not free money. It's a loan that they give you.
I think some part of it is a grant too, some of it, I believe. I got to look into it.
But the majority of it is a loan, Brother Garfield. The majority of the money is a loan, and they give you conditions. Remember, that youth economy is also funded by the, National Development Bank is involved in this whole youth economy. That's where the financing is coming from too, mainly. So they give you this loan and with conditions that you have to, after a certain amount of time, to repay the loan. It's not no free money, young people.
Yeah.
But under Alan Chastney leadership, you had more sustainable programs such as the call centers, the IPL BPOs, which the Labour Party criticized and say when they get into office they will shut down IPL Ojo Labs. You remember that? Sean Edwards said in Parliament before during the run-up to the 2021 general election that when the Labour Party wins, they will be closing down Ojo Labs. Hence the reason why now, Ojo Labs has gone under. Are you aware of that? Are you aware that Ojo Labs have gone under this Labour Party government? Are you?
No, I have no idea, no information on that. I got to check that out.
Ojo Labs have gone under, and I'm of the understanding that a lot of young people who benefited from that, over 2,000 young people got jobs, sustainable jobs created by the Alan Shasta UWP government in Viewport.
So Ojo Lab is no more because I've not heard anything on Ojo Lab in a while.
But that's what I'm telling you, because you know why? The Labour Party government, Bernard Haynes' party government, refuses to support Ojo Labs. So Ojo Labs went under. And there are few people under the life who have family, who benefited from Ojo Labs, young people. And the government was paying half some of the salary, Ojo Labs was paying half. And they were getting decent wages. This is more sustainable, not trying to fool young people in this youth economy. And when they go there, only to be told that it's some of the money is a partial loan that they're getting. It's not free money. Same thing with this 80 plus golden program that they say they have in telling you people, when your family members reach 80 years and older, they will get free medical care. When St. Lucians take their family members to the hospital and they say, look, hey, my grandmother or my aunt is 80, they tell them they give them a huge bill. And when they say, but wait, the Ministry of Health through Musa and the Labour Party government say, but when you become 80, there's no medical bill. They say no. The hospital said no, you have to pay this huge bill. So that 80 Golden Plus program is another scam. And when they challenge the Labour Party on that scam, Sister Nancy Charles, Rihanna Isidore will call and say, wait, we didn't say it was for hospitals. We said it was for the health centers. Only to be told too that people debunk that lie, that it was not for no health centers. Nowhere if you go now, if your family member is 80 plus, that you can get any free medical under the Labour Party. So that 80 Golden Plus program is another scam, Brother Garfield.
Yeah, we just got some information from United Pack on the Ojo Lab. They said they are still operating, but they are contemplating shutting down completely.
Okay.
Yeah, so they might be scaling down.
Thanks for the correction, for the correction.
Yeah, we just got it from. Yeah, we just got it from. And we do correct when we.
If I don't want to mislead people, if my information is not accurate, I'm always open for correction. And so I'm happy for that correction.
But listen to the statement from Bernard Haynes. Bernard Haynes is saying, if this is true, that Ojo Labs has closed its doors, it was about time. Wow,
you see the recklessness? So he does not care. You see the recklessness, and I want you to make special note of that. You see the recklessness of Bernard Haynes? So he does not care about the 2,000 plus young persons who got gainful employment.
Yeah.
He does not care about that. All he cares about is the rhetoric, the lies, and the propaganda of the Labour Party. This is why the Labour Party's slogan the name is lies, secret lies, and propaganda. And it's true. But I want to say to St. Lucia, Merry Christmas. Those of you who don't celebrate Christmas, all the best for the season. And I hope that 2025 brings everything prosperous. And come 2025, as supporters of the United Workers' Party, we have a lot of work to do. Because like I've indicated before, and I keep repeating that, sorry if I sound like a stuck recorder, St. Lucia, a general election is imminent in 2025. So we have to put our shoulders to the wheel. We have a lot of education. And you're right. Bernard Haynes' call tonight gives us a clear indication of the magnitude of work that we have to do to debunk the propaganda and the lies of the Labour Party government in this coming new year. And so I wish everybody, those of you who celebrate Christmas, a Merry Christmas and a prosperous 2025, good health, success, and prosperity. Have a blessed night, Brother Garfield.
All right, so take care.
Happy New Year to you and your family and all the best.
Same to you and your family. Thank you so much, Ian. All right, that was Ian there, folks. We got to go. Bernard, I can't take your call. I got to go. I have to get into class tomorrow. And this is new for me. So it drains me at the end of the day, all right? So God bless you folks, and we're going to, we will come back again. I will have to give you another show. Maybe Sunday night we will have a big show. I will look at the time, the space, and we'll prepare for a massive show. On Sunday, we're going to go back over most of the discussions that we've had throughout the year. We'll do a year in review. We will look at the diaball, get all the information, put it up on the screen, the contracts for the CACABEF, all those things. We will have them prepared. We will have a lot of guests. We will hope to get some of our leaders to pop in to wish you season's greetings and to make some clarification on some of those stuff that we have discussed. But look forward. I hope that you look forward to our show this Sunday. Come in. It's going to be a big and powerful show of fun and well wishes to the people. Thank you so much. And to our friend Lorraine Hippolyte, we continue to pray for you and the loss of your husband. We continue to keep you in our prayer. And to all those who have suffered the loss of a loved one, to the family in Dennery, John, who have lost your family, a young woman, a young teacher there at Dennery. We convey our condolences to the people of Dennery on your loss, and may God comfort you. And to Cooley James, who lost a loved one, you two are in our prayer, our support. Lydia Francis, happy birthday again to you. And to all those who are celebrating, may God bless you. And those who are sick, may you receive healing in the name of our Lord Jesus Christ. Have a beautiful night, folks. Thank you so much for being here with us, Caribbean American News Media Platform. See you.
Over the past 5 years, every single decision we have taken has been to fertilize prosperity for today and to sow the seeds of progress for our nation 10 years from now. Every budget we delivered, every investment we attracted, every infrastructural project we approved, and those we re-engineered are meant for our children, our future, our St. Lucia. The United Workers' Party. Let's keep working. Over the past 5